This is Roger with Crosscut in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It's a 2003 Ford F250 crew cab, short bed. It's a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's a Lariat, which is leather, FX4 off-road suspension package. Has 189,615 miles. It was a theft recovery purchased directly from an insurance company in Denver. It is on a salvage title due to theft. USAA decided to give it a salvage title because they do not want to be sued by whoever we sell it to. This is exactly how we bought it. It did have a really ugly camper shell on it, which we took off, threw away. It was gross. So it went away. But this is exactly how we bought it. Basically, the insurance companies know that they're going to sell it to us. We're going to sell it to you. If something bad happens in the truck and it's on a clear title, that would imply a little warranty when they sold it to us. That's why they do it. It's all about lawsuits and attorneys. Has nothing to do with the truck. But it saves you and me a bunch of money, which is cool, because you drive the truck, not the title, right? Anyway, we brought it here and sent it to our shop. And this is what happened. First of all, we found out that the EGR cooler has been deleted, which is very common in 6.0s. If you don't understand that concept, please Google it, ask for experts on it. Let's see what else. It appears that the oil cooler is fairly new. It wasn't leaking, but there was oil all over the place. We're like, why is there oil all over the place? It's almost always the oil cooler. Well, it's because when whoever did the head studs did a great job on that, but for some reason they were incapable of doing the valve cover gaskets correctly, so they had them on wrong. So that's why there was such a mess. And so it spent 3 or 4 hours up in the air getting steamed and everything, and then we had it up in the air making sure it didn't leak, and it doesn't leak, and it's all cleaned up. And let's see, obviously it doesn't have a check engine light on, and it has no catalytic converter. It's tuned, okay? So I'll get to that part about the cat and how we get through emissions later, but it is tuned, has no cat, EGR is deleted, head studs. We took it to our shop. It needed first of all, it went to CNS lock and key. It got a new ignition, a new door lock cylinder, driver door lock cylinder and handle. That's what they broke when they stole it. Nice set of general grabbers on it. What else? It got all 4 shocks are new. It needed a brand new dipstick. The top of it was off, so you had to grab just by the metal. That was weird. Oil filter housing cap. It got a new thermostat and coolant. It wasn't running hot or anything, but it wasn't recording the temperature right on the temp gauge. It wasn't moving fast enough, so we wanted that right. So that's that. What else? Both valve cover gaskets are new. Got an oil change and lube, a detail, and that's that. All right. My job in these videos is to point out what's wrong, not what's right, okay? Obviously, someone has probably just recently took the cat out. Like we noticed that oil cooler looked really new, and so does that exhaust. And they probably just did the delete. It runs like crazy, it runs great. Exhaust here. So they probably just recently did it. And if they hadn't screwed up the valve cover gasket, which is like very strange because they did a nice job with everything else, someone probably gave that one to the shop guy, you know, like the mechanic's helper when they were doing this, and no one double checked his work. This tailgate has like little touch-ups right here, that type of stuff. But you know, when you have a 5th wheel hitch in there, usually that means that the tailgate was off, laying in somebody's garage on the floor, usually wrong side down, which is almost always the way it is. Got a little chip here. You know what's really interesting is this thing comes from Denver. I'll show you the Carfax, or not the Carfax, the auto check in a second. There's a little dent right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Open the door here. Just a little one right here. And so usually when they're from Denver, they'll have really bad rust or some rust. What I noticed when I was up underneath this thing, we were pressure spraying it, I think the guy covered the whole frame with grease because it was really gross. But once we got it all off, it was actually pretty great. So he pretty much protected the undercarriage. 189,628 miles. So if you want your vehicle not to rust, grab probably a 5-gallon bucket of grease, and get some gloves on and just lather it all over the truck. That's apparently what he did, because it looks pretty good under there. Let's see, 12339, that's our stock number for this truck. There's CNS lock. We spent $190 on ignition, driver door handle, and cylinder. Here's Monsoon's repair invoice. There's the VIN. Thermostat sticking open. Truck has been head studded. Blah 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 blah. Shocks front and rear. Wiper blades. General service. Let's see. Air filter housing clips. Yeah, they were missing. General engine service. Thermostat. Valve cover gaskets. Lube oil and filter. $1,675. All this stuff that I'm showing you will be in the ad. You'll be able to see it. There'll be links to everything. These are the parts that Monsoon bought for the truck. Shocks and oil and fuel filter cap, valve cover gasket, another valve cover gasket, antifreeze, oil kit, thermostat, kit, hoses, clamps, everything that they spent, we have an invoice for, another clamp. Here's the auto check. This is the vehicle history. There's your VIN. All right, let's see. Salvage. That is due to theft, which I will show you in just a second. Good news. No accidents found, no damage found. No crashes, no nothing in the damage. Here's the problem. Theft. Theft record. That's what causes the salvage theft. No odometer issues. Car was born in Washington State. Boom, 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 boom. So apparently they stole it. Well, Nebraska. I'll bet Bradshaw, Nebraska is right next to Colorado. And they recovered it in Denver, which is where I bought it. Stolen 9/22, and it was only gone until 10/8. So it was only stolen for what, 16 days. All right, let's see. Here's the title. This is there's the VIN, USAA, which is great. Military guys take care of their stuff, which is probably why he greased the frame and everything. There's the mileage. Salvage, that's due to theft, as I showed you earlier. Let me open the hood here. I got to pick up the pace here. I'm going a little slow. We have 17 minutes and 38 seconds is what YouTube gives us for these videos. So I got to move it a little bit, I think, here. Okay, first of all, there's a Ford stamp here, so you have an original fender. Ford stamp on the core support. Ford stamp on the core support there. Ford stamp here on the fender. Should be another one right there, and there is. So all this stuff up here is original, okay? See how much blow-by, if any, we have. Very light blow-by, which is just fine. On a 1 to 10, with 10 being terrible, that's about a 2. That's great. Oh, crap, I got the locks on the windows. Son of a bitch. This is not how you get a fast video. By not locking, by having those locked. Let's see. There we go. We like to run through everything so you know what you're getting here, right? Sounds like a jet, because when they did the exhaust on this thing, they don't have a muffler either, and it's coming out here. Sounds kind of cool for some people. There's the heated seat on and off. Forward, back, up, down, rear tilt, forward, and back. Up, down, it's fine. Do have a manual here. No surprises there. I know one thing, this truck breathes really well. It's a nice truck. I like the tune in it too. It's not like a race tune. It's a little quicker, a little bit better off the line, because 03s and 4s are notoriously slow off the line. It drives more like a 6 or a 7 off the line instead of a 3 or a 4. All right. Window, 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 window. All right, let's look at the roof here. Yeah. Mirrors, out, in, down, up, other side, out, in, up and down. There we go. All right, tilt wheel. Let's see what else we got. Oh, there we go. Heated seat on and off. Seat forward. Seat back. Seat up. Seat down. Tilt up and down. Up and down. Tilt wheel. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Windshield wipers. There we go. Alright, let's see. I got my seatbelt here. Alright, let's see. Got the heater on right now. Believe it or not, in Tucson right now, it's a little chilly. I got my shorts on, so it's not that chilly. But, alright. There's your tow on and off. Put it in neutral. Gonna go to 4 low. Alright, drive. And reverse. That's 4 low. We're gonna go to 4 high. Now it goes from low range. See that? Now it's at 4 high. I like the whistle. Turbo whistle. All right, and that's reverse. That's 4 high. Now we're gonna go back to 2-wheel drive and go for a ride. All right, if you come to Tucson to drive at home, you're gonna pay the following. You're gonna pay your state tax rate, whatever that is, plus our city tax of 2.7% and a $250 dock fee. Now, we can't issue plates to drive home with unless we get it inspected. We have to take it to the police, get what's called a level 3 inspection. Once we have that level 3 inspection, we can go to the Arizona MVD with the current Colorado salvage title and get what's called the Arizona restored salvage title. Then we can issue plates. So that's mandatory. If you're going to drive it home, we have to charge you $200 to get it inspected and get the title flipped to a restored salvage title. Okay. Also, if you're an Arizona buyer, we will add $400 for a new catalytic converter to be installed. To get through emissions, you have to have a catalytic converter, okay? So that's mandatory. So if you're an Arizona buyer, $400 for the cat, $200 to restore the title. If you're an out-of-state buyer and you're gonna drive it home, all you have to do is get it inspected, which is $200, but you're probably gonna want us to put a cat on it for $400 also, all right? But it's up to you and your state. It's your state's emissions that count. The reason we don't put emissions on or cats on everything is we have vehicles that leave the country and they don't need them. So we'd be putting cats on vehicles that don't need them, or having people ask us to take them off because they don't want them. So that's part of saving money. That's part of owning this truck. This thing runs good. Anyway, so let us know. Now, if you are going to pay by wire and ship out of state, obviously you're going to have to ship it out of state. If you need help with shipping, let me know at the time of sale. I can do it for you. We can roll the price of the shipping into the price of the vehicle. Or you're welcome to do it yourself. All right, we just want you to get your truck as soon as possible. This thing runs great. It's got oversized tires. It calls for 265s. It's got 285s on it. So when you're backing up or going forward and you're like cranked all the way, it'll rub a little bit, like they always do on every truck. That when they do that, every truck, everyone wants their truck to look like it has 285s on it, so they put 285s on it, and then it rubs a tiny bit. Never when you're driving it like this, just when you're cranking it, and in the parking lot, you'll get that. Let's see, what else? Deposit's $500. When we have a deposit, we have a deal. Until then, it will stay for sale. So please, please, please make sure that you get your deposit in, because right now this is going to be our only 6.0 online. We almost always have 3 or 4. They're really hard to find and really hard to get online before they're already sold. We already had people asking us, if we would sell this truck outside of being online on our site, And we said no, because this is what we do. We need to have one of these online at all times. And so there's a lot of demand, okay? We specialize in these vehicles in 6.0s. We know exactly what's going on with every single one of them. And this is a nice one. This is a nice one. This one came from the ashes. It had a really ugly camper shell on it, a bunch of trash in the back, had all that grease all over the frame. And then now it's like, hell. I mean, this would be a great vehicle to tow jets or boats, jet skis or boats up to the lakes right this summer. A white Lariat like this that runs this well. Hell of a truck. But anyway, get your deposit in. Last part of every video I say the same thing, and I have every single time forever. We don't have salesmen, we don't have bottled water with our name on it, we don't have a fancy location. That saves you money, okay? That and the title saves you a bunch of money. At the new car dealerships, when they sell a vehicle, they have to charge you a fortune, and they also include $500 to $700 for future repairs. Because you paid a fortune for a vehicle there, they know if it's broken or something breaks and they don't fix it, you're probably going to kill them, right? Well, we don't charge you a fortune because we don't have the bills they have, and we want you to fix your own vehicle from the day you own it on. We are not Nostradamus. We do not know when this thing's going to decide that, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what it is that won't work? But when it decides not to work, fix it with the money you save. You're saving a fortune because of the title on this truck. You're also saving a fortune because we don't have those bills. You know, we don't have the fancy location. In fact, we pay $1 a year for our location. Uncle owns his property. He's like, he doesn't really care. $1 a year. Okay, that translates to a lot of negotiating power we have. This guy in his little setup right here. Huh, that's an interesting little platform. Anyway, I've got about 38 seconds left. We just like people to know how we operate, you know, that there's no smoke and mirrors here. If you buy it and something breaks, you're going to be fixing it the day you bought it. You know, not with our money, okay? These videos, the auto check, the title, the invoices, you know, we can't be any more transparent than that. But in exchange, you're the owner on day one. That's how we work, all right? Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I think that's about it. We've got about 10 more seconds. I'm just going to stop talking for the next couple seconds, and then it'll just end. Thanks.